Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I store away my wigs. Now I do it a couple of different ways. My most favorite way is actually hanging my wigs up in my closet. It allows me to do sort of a rotation of wigs, which allows my wigs to last longer because it means that I no longer just have to wear one wig every single day. Now, when I first started out with wig wearing, I didn't do this. Not only did I just not have to because I didn't have more than one wig, I just had my one wig. So for me at that point, it didn't really make sense to go ahead and find this doohickey that you hang in the closet. Back then, I went to the dollar store and I got a styrofoam head. They're so cheap. It's like $1 or $2, maybe $3 Canadian. I even took it home and had some fun, pulled out my makeup, like drew some eyeshadow, some like mascara on the eyes. I'd like made it into a face. But anyways, that's all I used. It was so cheap. It was shaped like a head. It was perfect. I literally just stuck it in my closet. It was tucked away. Nobody saw it when they came into my room, and my wig just sat on that. And it was amazing. It held the shape of the cap of the wig, and there's nothing really you had to worry about. And then what I decided to do was get one of these, and I just stuck it on a tripod. And so what this is a simple mannequin head. I got it in the 21 inch because my own head circumference is 21. And if I can give you any tip, I ran up and down the stairs. This is what happens when you're pregnant. By the way, I'm pregnant again with number 2. Second trimester, exhausting. If I can give you any advice at all when buying a mannequin head, is get one that is less than the circumference of your head or the same. Do not get one that's bigger because I kid you not, it will stretch out the cap. I wouldn't suggest it. I think you're gonna find that it does you more harm than good. I really like this mannequin head because this can be turned into a styling mannequin head. So what I do is I go and take my mannequin head, I stick it on a tripod like this, and this can just hang out in your room or in your office or in your studio or in a closet. You see this hole in the bottom? That's how it can sit on a tripod. So sit it on the tripod, put your wig on it, and now you can style it. Not only that, but when you're not wearing your wig, it can just live on the mannequin head. It doesn't matter what kind of mannequin head, just make sure it's not too big for the circumference of your wig. This is my favorite way to hang my wigs. It looks like this. I'm wearing the wig that rests here, but this allows me to alternate my wig. So right now I have Kristen, Ignite, another Ignite, same color. I only did that because one is older than the other, and I'm actually gonna put some waves into one, so then I'll have one that's wavy and then one that's straight. Haven't done it yet, but that's my plan. And then over here, I have Spotlight. Gotta have a red wig out. And then down here, I have Alessandra, Jdora Secrets Harper wig, and then Kim by Jon Renau. Those are my current wigs on rotation. This will not stay the same for me. When I get a new favorite wig, I will hang it up. And some of my other wigs that I purchased that I'm just not wearing like this month, it's downstairs in my basement closet, just piled up like on these shelves. And those ones I've just put away in the boxes that they've come with the tags sticking out. And I'll show you that in a second, but right now I wanna focus on these. These are my favorite hangers. I will put them down below, but literally just go to Amazon. They come in a big pack. My pack just came with 8, so I have them all hanging up right here. Actually, it may have come with more than that. I'll have to double check. Maybe I'm only hanging 8 because I don't wanna take up too much space in my closet. Obviously, I also have to hang up my clothes, right? I can't like take up the whole closet with wigs. It's like, you know those hanging monkey toys that kids play with? It's kind of like that. So that's what it reminds me of. So let me show you this first of all. This is how it comes, and it's gonna come in pieces. So all of these are gonna come together. This is gonna come together. This just slides off like so. And this is how it would come. Because it comes apart so flat, this is gonna be easy to take traveling with you. Guys, this is what I take traveling with me. I don't want to carry around a mannequin head. It's massive. It's not gonna fit in my suitcase, especially when I'm packing for Violet or this baby number 2 when we go traveling with both of them. I'm just not gonna have room in my suitcase for 2 mannequin heads. The fact that this wraps up just super small, it's gonna be able to fit at the bottom of your suitcase. You can fit more than one if you're taking more than one wig. If you decide, hey, I don't want 8 wigs hanging in my closet like crazy stuff over there, I only want 1 or 2, then it's gonna be super easy to just stash away in your closet. You're never gonna see it until you need it. So when you get to be crazy Steph, you might then decide to use all of them and pull out the 8 little monkey hangers. Should really have made my bed this morning. This bottom just slides into this bottom. Man, I suck at explaining. And then you just want to take this little divot and push it into there. Now you got to take this extra piece, and this is going to be what your wig sits on. And you're just going to slide it into the slots. Literally takes 2 seconds. There we go. We're done. Because it is this easy to put together, I want you guys to know that it might also just fall apart kind of easily in your closet when you're putting your wig on and off, but it's not the end of the world. Like, it's just so cheap to begin with that to me, it doesn't matter. Like, this is just such an easy piece. And then your wig just hangs on over top. I usually put it on this way so that it can hang down like this. And then because it's kind of like the monkey hanger, because you have 8, if you don't just want to do one top line, if you want to do it like how I've done it, I would hang this one here, and then my second one, I would loop it through this bottom piece and have it hanging like that underneath. So you can get 2. You can even do 3. You can keep going down. I don't do 3 because, and I didn't show you this because I didn't want to expose my whole closet world, but underneath my monkey hangers, I have shoes. I also have a massive hamper, one for me, one for Dan. We have our own hampers. They're kind of side by side. They stand up real tall. So that's why I don't use 3, but you totally could. Say you got a really tall closet and you're going to dedicate just one teeny tiny little section. I've seen this in some of the homes that Dan and I have toured, like the brand new homes here in Calgary, because we're realtors. We get to walk through all these homes. Well, some of these new beautiful homes, they're massive, and their closets, they're like major walk-ins. So you walk in and it's like, holy, ceiling height is like 11 feet. I could see my wigs barely taking up any space at that point. I could hang way more. And if that's you, if you're sitting on that massive of a closet, just pick like a tiny little space and literally hang like 4 of them just down from one another. You don't have to do them side by side like I do. Because I do them side by side, they do take up a bit of room versus one on top of another. So if you have the room, do it one on top of the other. It saves space in your closet. But if you can't go vertical, just go horizontal. But this is my absolute favorite way to hang my wigs at home and when I travel, because it's just the easiest. But I also do think every single wig owner has to own a mannequin head. Like, if you're doing any sort of refreshing or styling, you have to own a mannequin head too. If you're brand new to wigs and you don't have anything and you're just wondering, well, stuff like what should be the first thing that I buy? I would say if you really don't want to spend money, buy this. Comes in a big pack. You can hang it in your closet. It's gonna make you want to get more than one wig, which might in turn make you spend more money. Might go a little wig cuckoo like Steph over here. Eventually, you will get to the point where you're gonna need a mannequin head because you're gonna have to style your wig or refresh it. In my videos, especially the one that I just made where I talk about the longevity of wigs, like how long do wigs actually last, synthetic versus human hair. I talk about both of those in that video. The way that I keep my wigs lasting longer than the majority of people is because of the way that I refresh them. And if you don't refresh your wigs, they're not gonna last as long. And with my refreshing, you have to use a mannequin head. You just do. It's the easiest way. You don't want to be sitting there styling your already perfect synthetic wig on your head because you might mess it up. Like, you can, but it's just so much harder to do your own hair. I don't know if you've ever like experienced this before. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just not very good at doing my own hair, but on someone else's head, I'm like a freaking hairdresser. I'm a hairstylist, hairdresser for others, not when it's on my own head. In keeping in line with doing things for others, I find if I take my wig off my head, put it on a mannequin head instead, it is so much easier to brush it out, get all the tangles out. It feels more pampering, feels less of a chore, less work, less of a task. You can sit there, you can watch TV, you don't have to be in front of a mirror. I literally just sit there like this, guys, with my legs out. Okay, that was not appealing. Sorry, pregnant woman over here. Going back to my point of sitting on the floor, I will literally sit on the floor with my legs out, watching TV. I will bring down the tripod so it's lower, put the mannequin head on it, put my wig on the mannequin head. I'll have my straightener plugged in or curler, whatever I'm doing to it. And I will just go through it, watch TV. Violet can be playing on the floor next to me. I can keep her entertained and I can be doing my wig. Whereas if it's on my head and I have to stand in the washroom in front of the mirror, like trying to do whatever it is I'm doing, and then I'm trying to get the back, no. The back is gonna end up horrible. It's just not gonna work out. So do yourself a favor and get a mannequin head eventually. Like before you start refreshing, before you start styling, buy a mannequin head. And don't get the dollar store one for that. Don't get the styrofoam because it falls apart quicker. I find that the little styrofoam pieces tends to come off on the lace, which isn't a big deal. But if you're really gonna get into wigs and you know that this is gonna be your new thing, at your next paycheck, just buy a mannequin head. Buy one not made out of styrofoam, and it's going to be durable. It's gonna last you forever. I've never had to buy a second mannequin head. I just bought my one. I think I paid, I don't know, I think I paid over 40 bucks for the mannequin head, and I will link that too, where to get the mannequin heads. But I've never had to buy a second one. It's never fallen apart, whereas my styrofoam one from the dollar store that I did the makeup on, it fell apart pretty fast because I was trying to style on it and it just moves around so much on the tripod. Like it's not great for styling. Storing is great. Styling, no, don't use it. I also want to mention, so I have wigs in boxes too. Oh, that's a massive box. Raquel Welch, massive box. I just store these in my closet on top of my shelf. Now, when I first got into wig wearing and I bought like a couple of wigs, more than a couple of wigs, but when I did that, I tore up the tags, I threw them out because it was kind of like one of those moments where I'm not giving this back, I love this wig, so, you know, tear up the tags, throw it in the garbage. I also didn't keep the netting. I got rid of the netting, and I would also get rid of the box because it's like, I don't need anything, I'm not returning it. Guys, I regret that now. I wish I kept the box. I wish I kept the tags, and I wish I kept the netting, because when you go wiggy crazy like me and you buy lots of wigs over the years and you're keeping them around for a while because they don't die, if you're doing the steps that I teach on my channel of how to keep your wigs alive, you're not gonna have to throw them out. So you're gonna accumulate quite a bit. I am now in this situation where I have lots of wigs like downstairs in my basement up on the shelving, most of them in their boxes at this point because I learned my lesson for that, but I didn't learn my lesson about the tags until later. So now I have to literally open every single box and be like, no, that's not the wig I was looking for. Whereas now, since I learned my lesson, I now keep the tags and I hang them on the outside. So now when I put the box away in the closet, I put it on the shelf like this with the words facing out. So I know not only what color it is, but I also know what style it is too. Sometimes when I've had a favorite style, guys, I will buy it in more than one color. So it's just really nice to be able to look at the outside of the box when you walk into your closet and you see, oh, Cameron Light Petite, that's this wig, in the color 22F16. I believe that's Pina Colada. I will double check and I'll put it below for you. Whereas this one is Scene Stealer in the color Copper Mahogany. Whereas if I didn't keep the tags, I have to open each and every box to find which wig is inside. And we don't want to play that game when we're trying to hurry and be on our way. That is my advice to you guys. If you only buy one thing, get your monkey hanger because it'll help you when you travel too. If you're investing in wigs and you just want to get the things, don't even think about the styrofoam head from the dollar store. Go straight to the actual mannequin head. If you don't like the idea of a monkey hanger and you don't see a purpose for it in your house, or maybe you don't travel, like if you just don't care about these and you don't want a full-blown mannequin head right now, just get a little styrofoam head from the dollar store. You don't have to go crazy like I did and paint it up with makeup. You don't have to make it look like a girl. You can just stick it in your closet on top of a shelf, put your wig on it, and it'll just stay there. Oh, another trick that I want to tell you guys. So let's go back to my closet real quick. And, okay, you probably will figure this out for yourself, but what I do is I put my short ones on the top and my super long ones at the bottom, because if you put the long ones at the top, it hides your short ones at the bottom. You can't see them. It's not my favorite. So anyways, just some food for thought. Violet has just woken up, so I'm gonna go get her and feed her and give her some love. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that this was helpful, and all of my links will be down in the description for your convenience. If you need to get any of these for yourself and you're wondering where the heck to go, I got you covered. They're down below. Bye guys.